Saturday, and it's time for boots, bats and balls.
Broadcasting to Stoke-on-Trent and the world, this is Six Towns Radio.
Dream and things can only get better, and a nice link into the next story. We've got in the studio with us Richard Town from RMW, who's got a bit of a news story about Keele Golf Course for us. Morning, Richard, how are you?
Yeah, good morning, Rob. I'm good, thanks.
There's a big breaking story about Keele Golf Course, the municipal course as was, the public course. It's gone into a bit of disrepair and disarray recently, and just tell us what's going to be happening with it.
Well, first of all, we're obviously delighted that we've been chosen as the preferred bidder after a lot of deliberation, but very pleased, obviously, that the councillors chose us in the end. You're right, unfortunately, the course is a little bit tired. I was only up there yesterday, and it's had a lot of rain. It's had its ups and downs over the years, but it, in our view, still remains probably one of the best tests of golf in the area, and we need to concentrate on the tees, the greens, the fairways. We need woodland management, but it's a beautifully set course with some very challenging holes, and we want to get it back to its former glory, and we want it full of players.
So the council has basically put this out to tender for an outside company to come in and take on the management of the course. We haven't mentioned the real news story about this, and the real, the key partner involved in this.
Well, one of the partners we can tell you is Ian Woosnam. However, his main concentration is the launch of his first UK Golf Academy, and that will be at Keele in association with Newcastle College and their Sports Excellence programme. So that is something that Ian's very, very passionate about and very excited about, and hopefully we shall find, possibly locally, grassroots golfers that may prove to be the next Masters jacket holder, Open winner, Ryder Cup player. We'll be out there looking for them, and if they've got the desire, we'll give them the direction to get there.
And in terms of Ian Woosnam's background, he came up through this similar route, didn't he, really? I mean, he sort of got off with he struggled to play golf in the early days and had to work his time on a golf course when Hill Valley was being set up, I believe.
That's correct, and that's very important to know all aspects about golf. Ian's a former farmer's son and lovely bloke, no edge on him at all. Remains very good friends with one of our other partners, Tony Minchell, who both started their golf together. And
the point I was trying to make was that the way Ian Woosnam started was in a similar way, that we're potentially going to be involving the young people from Newcastle College. As they learn golf, they'll also be doing coursework, they'll also be doing things around the course, cutting the greens, that sort of thing.
The academy students will be true apprentices,
yes.
And they will learn all aspects, not only be obviously tutored at the academy to the best of their ability with a range of PGA professionals, but also they need to learn about greenkeeping, they need to learn about golf tutoring and all aspects surrounding that. So we'll start them from the beginning. Now,
I know you've got a background in golf. You're an ex-European Tour player. How did you start? Did you do something similar? Were you an apprentice anywhere?
Yes, I was at Trenton Park originally. I was the assistant professional there, and then I went on the tour for a few years after a little bit of time there.
So in terms of cutting greens, the nap of greens and all that sort of thing, it's really important that you learn them basics.
Very much so.
And
we
and
believe
the way
that passionately.
Yeah, and one of the most difficult parts in golf is reading greens, things like that. So in terms of getting that skill set from and understanding the way that's put together is really a good foundation for an apprentice golfer.
Yeah, most certainly.
Yeah, so those sort of things would really help any future academy students.
Oh, very much so, yeah.
So in terms of what's happening with RMW's Golf Ltd's plan. They're establishing Keele as one of the finest pay and play courses in the UK. They're establishing a centre for sporting excellence for the community and the adjoining university, and they're establishing the first Ian Woosnam Academy for golf at Newcastle College. Why hasn't Ian put this out in, Ian could go anywhere in the world and put an academy and be paid handsomely to do so. What's so important about in putting it in Keele?
The fact that it's a public course, and the fact that in Ian's early days he used to travel to the range at Keele to practice. So there's some history there, and there's some quite fond memories of it. And equally, he thinks it's a tremendous course that just needs the passion and vision that the team at RMW have got to really take it forward.
So this is Ian going back to his roots and putting something back, really?
Yeah, very much so.
Excellent. One of the things that really impressed me was the par 3 pitch and putt course up at Keele, and what's going to be happening there with under 11s.
Well, a couple of things. Again, the par 3 course does need some work, but a couple of things that appeal to us there is that it very much allows us for beginners, school children, under 11s. We're planning to let them go and play free and introduce them, obviously, to all aspects of golf. But the other thing, in the same way as 2020 cricket is proved to be popular, there are, in the background of the sort of professional game, the TV are quite interested in par 3 competitions, and only because it's shorter.
Yeah, sure.
It's more compact and everything else. So we haven't decided yet, but we may take the line of trying to develop that into a championship par 3 course. But for the moment, it's very much sort of community-based, where anybody can come and be introduced to the game.
Okay, when you say anybody can come, what about a 50-year-old bloke that hasn't picked a golf club up for 20 years?
What's wrong with that?
Mentioning no names, looking in the mirror.
No,
what's
there's nothing.
What's for the people like me?
There's nothing elite about Keele, and there won't be anything elite about Keele. We strongly believe in public courses. People call them municipal, we call them public courses, and that should be open to everybody at all levels and all stages. Keele, as a golf course, will attract the good and better players, because it is challenging, but equally any standard of golfer, beginner of 11 or 50, it really doesn't matter, can come and enjoy the facilities.
A few key facts around the press release that you put out. It's been granted a 25-year lease by Newcastle-under-Lyme Borough Council. The company has promised to invest in the course and the facilities with around £75,000 targeted just for the course alone.
That's right.
Particularly on the bunkers and the greens. So,
well, unfortunately, the bunkers have had building sand in, so they're more like concrete than they are bunkers at the moment. But we've got a great greenkeeping team. In fact, the head greenkeeper, which we will announce at the next press conference, will in fact be Gareth Woosnam, who's Ian's brother, and has 30 years' experience as head greenkeeper. So we've got a great greenkeeper. Yeah, we've got passionate greenkeepers who know how to cut grass and look after courses.
Excellent. So a bit of an exclusive there for us.
Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you very much. And again, the great thing about the free golf for the under 11s and the par 3, which potentially, if it does give that sounds very interesting. It's the first time I've heard this. Thoughts on the 2020 comparison of the par 3?
It's something that's sort of working away in the background, and I can see the attraction for television, obviously, because golf TV coverage-wise is quite a long process, and it has developed in one or two other places around the world. India, for instance, have their own Premier League par 3 championship, and I think it'll get rolled out to Europe in the near future.
What sort of level do you see that going to? Do you see the current players being involved in that, or do you see that just being local expert, that next level of professional? No,
I think the professionals will get involved in it, for sure. It's all about money.
Yeah, how big the prize pot is, and
correct,
how attractive that is will attract the likes of Tiger Woods and.
I don't know about Tiger, but certainly a number of top European golfers would take the challenge up.
So just in terms of local golf scene, I'm putting you on the spot here. I've not asked or prepped you on this question. How is the local golf scene at the moment? What's the
I think it's good. We've got some very good golf courses, there's no doubt about it. Our challenge is to put Keele as the number one choice, and there is a lot of hard work to be undertaken there, but more than happy to take on the challenge and look forward during the course of next year, if we're happy with all the work going into the course, to start introducing as many people to the course as possible, and the golfers will tell us how good they feel it is.
They're a tough crowd, aren't they? You know what I mean? They pay a lot of money for their sort of enjoyment at weekends and things like that. But they're a tough crowd and very vociferous in terms of if you don't get it right, they'll soon let you know. Yeah,
they're demanding, and they should be.
Yes, and you hope to sort of reinvigorate Keele and
Well, that's very much working with the members as well. That's very, very important. As we build the membership up there, then we will work very closely with them to obviously deliver their wants and needs as well.
So, next steps for Keele then. I mean, the academy, I think that's going to kick off in 2014 with Newcastle College.
Yeah.
When do you see the work starting at Keele? When does the contract actually...
Well, we're still, obviously, we're just in final legal negotiations as far as the lease and everything's concerned. We'd like to get in there as early as possible. Obviously, not necessarily the best time coming in
winter,
over a winter period, but there's still things that we can do. Ideally, December. But as I say, we've still got to go through all the processes yet and final negotiations. But naturally, Jan 1, oddly enough, is actually quite a good time, because that's when a lot of people are renewing their memberships and their societies are thinking about where they're going to play and so on. Hopefully at the next press conference that we do, that Ian's at, we'll have a much clearer date in mind.
Okay, and you're looking to attract... a new membership and with the promise of a better course.
Very much so.
Okay. Richard, thank you very much for popping in today. I really appreciate it. Keep us in the loop. Invite us to that press conference. I think Stephen wouldn't mind a round with Ian if he got a chance, but I think that there's a big queue for that. But well done, and congratulations on getting the course, and keep us in touch with it.
Thank you very much, Rob, and we'll get you down there and give you some sticks to... play with.
Give me some golf bats, yeah. Okay, thanks for that.
Okay, have a good day. See you now.
Six Towns Radio.